In this video, I'm going to review getting started with your initial capstone needs assessment. So your needs assessment is a really crucial part of your capstone proposal because it really shapes the direction of your capstone and really helps you focus in on what you'll be doing when you start implementing your capstone, what needs you'll be meeting, what are the details of your site and other factors that may be really important to consider, and how can you ensure that your capstone both identifies and addresses what you're hoping to learn about and your learning objectives, but also is meaningful to your site and helps support their work. And so, again, I'm going to show three different resources for building your needs assessment summary. There's no one kind of right template or format to use. You can really choose based on your own experience, maybe formats you've used in past classes, such as community-based practice or in other sort of environments, what makes sense for the work you're going to be doing and the site you're going to be working with, that sort of thing. So I'm going to throw out three useful resources and frameworks, but this is just a starting point. So this first one is a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities. This is a very common template that hopefully you're familiar with, and this website is the from the Community Toolbox, which is a resource out of Kansas University, has a ton of very, very helpful information that I think will be helpful for many parts of developing your capstone proposal. But here you can see the screen that focuses specifically on the SWOT analysis. And over here on the left, there's other sections for other sort of needs assessment type resources. So please do look through these as you're working on your needs assessment. But as we scroll down here, goes through some of the different parts of a SWOT analysis, when you would use it, that sort of thing. There's also some templates here that can be really valuable for including in your proposal. So your needs assessment could be a table, such as kind of this one here on the screen, or it could be more narrative, or it could be in a, different sort of visual format, whatever is most relevant and helpful for your work. So again, this, as I scroll down, this website kind of goes through different processes of building your SWOT analysis, as well as some questions to think about. And again, everybody's is going to be a little bit different in terms of how you collect the data for your needs assessment. So that's really valuable to think about. You can certainly use the literature and research that you've done on this topic to help inform your needs assessment, as well as communication with your site, communication with maybe other relevant partners outside of your site. There could be publicly available information that you access that helps you kind of understand the needs of the community, the local geographic area, etc. And again, there may be various other resources, just depending on, the individual context of your capstone. So, again, this has a pretty comprehensive step-by-step guide, so please look through that if you would like to do a SWOT analysis. I'm going to scroll back up here. Again, this is from the Community Toolbox, and all these links are also available. Another option is the SOAR analysis. So SOAR stands for strengths, opportunities, aspirations, and results. So again, this is from the University of British Columbia and their Equip healthcare program. So this is a very equity healthcare oriented sort of program. So if that's a really central part of the capstone work you're hoping to do, this may be a really good place to look through their resources and see what would be the most relevant. They also have learning modules, a lot of online courses that you can take either now in preparation or potentially, as you're implementing your capstone to help with that. So another really, really good resource. So as I scroll down here, they do have a SOAR analysis worksheet, um, as well as sort of other examples of the information to put into these sorts of tables. So again, this is can be a really valuable tool, particularly if you're looking at equity-oriented healthcare programs or something in that vein. So definitely check out the Equip Healthcare resources. And the third one is the EPIS framework. So EPIS it stands for exploration, preparation, implementation, and sustainment. And again, this is a framework that you can use, particularly related to evidence-based practice. It's very rooted in knowledge translation sort of framework. So if that's something that you really want to dive into more, really want to use to help frame your capstone, EPIS may be a really good um, framework to look into more. So the needs assessment part really falls in this exploration phase. And so the way this website is sorted, I'll scroll back up in a moment here, is they have different sort of resources for each phase. So for exploration, they have different contexts to consider. So this can be really helpful if you're looking for, what information do you need to gather? It could be under these categories here. As I scroll down here, they have them divided into outer and inner contexts. So again, more different ideas to explore here. And then they also have different worksheets. So if you want to kind of look at identifying and clarifying the problem, identifying potential solutions, and an overall kind of framework for the exploration phase, as well as data sources to consider. These are all very good, and you just click on them and then you can download them for free. So these are some additional resources. Again, these are not the only options that you have to build your needs assessment. It's really up to you, and you can certainly ask your site for any input that they may have. They may have certain types of needs assessment tools that they use that you could certainly adopt into your capstone. Your faculty advisor may also be able to help identify some good frameworks to use, but really thinking about what are some of those key elements of your capstone and how can you capture those in your needs assessment. Uh, some other things to keep in mind is that this is only a starting point. For many folks, you will actually continue to work on your needs assessment when you're in the implementation phase of your capstone, because once you're kind of on site and really working with your site mentor and partners in a little bit more close capacity, you may need to do an additional needs assessment work to really identify like how your deliverables and your other sort of capstone ideas are going to fit in and where they're needed. So this is just a starting point. So the more comprehensive needs assessment you do now, the better prepared you'll be for your implementation. And again, your needs assessment really helps define what your deliverables are going to be, what are your learning objectives going to be, what, is your timeline and sort of the framework for what you're going to be doing for your capstone. It's really important to do a comprehensive job now, but there just may be data that you're not able to get now that you'll add once you're on site. And maybe you might have a learning objective that you'll do a more thorough needs assessment once you're actually implementing your capstone, which is totally fine. This is just a starting point. So I hope these tools are helpful, and thanks for watching.